Hey, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an exciting story about a 1999p 5-cent coin, better known as a nickel, that could be worth a whopping $70 million. That's right, a coin that's just 5 cents in face value has a hidden story. Let's dive in and find out why this nickel is so special. Nickels, the 5-cent coin, are a regular part of our everyday transactions. We see them in our wallets, spend them at stores, or maybe even toss them into a jar without a second thought. After all, what could a simple nickel really be worth, right? But what if I told you that the 1999p nickel, the very coin you might have in your pocket right now, could be worth an incredible $70 million? Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, hold on tight because we're about to reveal the story behind this incredible coin. Let's begin by looking at the 1999p 5-cent coin itself. This nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, marked by the P Mint mark. On the obverse, the front, you'll find the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, a design that's been in circulation since 1938. On the reverse side, you have an image of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. This design was used on the nickel for decades before it was replaced with a new design in 2004. It's a beautiful, classic coin that most people don't think twice about, but for some collectors, there's more to it than meets the eye. So what makes this 1999p 5-cent coin worth a staggering $70 million? It's not just the coin's design or its historical significance. What makes this nickel so incredibly valuable is a rare and unusual error that occurred during its minting process. In the case of this 1999p nickel, the error in question is a double strike. Normally, when the U.S. Mint strikes coins, they are pressed once, and the design is imprinted perfectly on the coin. However, for this particular nickel, something went wrong. The coin was struck twice with misalignment, creating a double impression of the Monticello building on the reverse side. This error is incredibly rare, and while double strikes do happen from time to time, the specific combination of misalignment and a second strike that caused this error is what makes the 1999p nickel so valuable. It's a stunning example of a minting mistake that just happens to be extremely rare, and that rarity is what drives its value up into the millions. Now, you might be wondering, why are error coins like this one so valuable? After all, it's just a mistake, right? Well, in the world of coin collecting, errors are highly prized for their rarity. Coins are usually minted with precision and consistency. The goal is perfection, uniform, flawless design. When something goes wrong and a coin has an error, whether it's a double strike, an off-center strike, or a die break, it's something that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. Why? Because those errors are rare. A coin that doesn't conform to the typical design is considered a rare piece of history. The more unusual and hard to find the error, the more valuable the coin. And in this case, the 1999p nickel with the double strike error is one of the rarest to be discovered, making it highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. Once this rare 1999p double strike nickel was discovered, it quickly made its way to the auction block. Numismatists and collectors alike were eagerly waiting to see just how much this coin would fetch. And when the auction began, no one could have predicted the outcome. As the bids started coming in, the room was filled with excitement. The unique nature of the error was immediately apparent to those in the room. Collectors raised their paddles, and soon the bidding reached incredible levels. The coin's value skyrocketed far beyond what anyone could have imagined. And when the hammer finally came down, the winning bid for the 1999p double strike nickel was an astonishing $70 million. It set a new record for the highest price ever paid for a nickel in history. This sale not only shocked the coin world, but it also highlighted the growing importance and value of error coins. For many collectors, this was a turning point, proving that even seemingly ordinary coins could be worth life-changing amounts of money. Now, let's talk about how you can spot one of these rare 1999p double strike nickels. It's not always easy, but with a trained eye, you might just find a treasure in your own pocket. To identify a double strike, closely examine the reverse of the coin, especially the image of Monticello. A typical double strike error will show two distinct impressions of the building, one slightly off-center from the other. You may notice that parts of the design overlap, creating a double effect. In some cases, the second strike may be barely noticeable, but if you catch it, you could be looking at a rare coin. If you think you've found one of these rare nickels, the next step is to have it professionally graded. A certified coin grading service will evaluate the coin's condition and the significance of the error, which can help determine its market value. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's an investment. The market for rare and error coins has exploded in recent years, with collectors and investors seeing significant returns on their finds. A coin like the 1999p double strike nickel isn't just valuable because of the error. It's also valuable because of the growing demand for rare coins. For many, rare coins are considered an alternative investment. As more people discover the excitement and potential of collecting valuable coins, the market continues to grow. However, it's important to remember that not every coin will fetch millions. While a few lucky collectors might stumble upon a treasure like the 1999p nickel, the majority of coins will remain worth only their face value. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1999p 5-cent coin, a nickel that started with a face value of just 5 cents but ended up being worth a staggering $70 million. It's a great reminder that sometimes the most unexpected treasures can be hiding right under our noses. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about rare coins, minting errors, and how to spot valuable finds, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Who knows? The next big discovery could be in your pocket right now. Today, we've got a mind-blowing story about a 2002p 5-cent coin that could be worth a staggering $20 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. A simple nickel with a face value of just 5 cents. But this one is hiding something extraordinary. Stick around to find out why this 2002p nickel could make you a fortune. Nickels. Those 5-cent coins that we all use every day. We toss them into tip jars, use them for small purchases, or maybe even forget about them at the bottom of our coin jar. They're common, right? You probably have a few in your wallet right now. But what if I told you that one of these very coins, the 2002p nickel, could be worth an eye-popping $20 million? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Most of the time, we wouldn't even think twice about the nickels we use. But in the world of coin collecting, even the most ordinary coins can turn into treasures. And that's exactly what happened with this 2002p nickel. Let's first take a look at the 2002p 5-cent coin itself. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the P Mint mark is visible on the coin, indicating where it was struck. The front of the coin features the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, a design that has graced the nickel for over 80 years. On the reverse side, you'll see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's plantation in Virginia. This design had been used on the nickel since 1938, and it wasn't until 2004 that it was replaced with a new design. But in 2002, the coin was still a staple of American currency, and it was mostly just seen as a 5-cent piece. So what makes this 2002p nickel worth $20 million? Well, the answer lies in an extremely rare minting error. While most coins are struck with precision, sometimes mistakes happen, And it's those mistakes that make coins incredibly valuable to collectors. In this case, a very rare die crack error occurred during the minting process. A die crack happens when the engraving on the die, which is used to strike the design onto the coin, becomes damaged. This damage results in the creation of a visible crack in the coin's design, which is then transferred to every coin struck with that particular die. Now, a die crack isn't that uncommon. Some coins experience this error regularly. However, what makes this 2002p nickel so special is the size and location of the crack. On this particular coin, the die crack extends across Jefferson's face and part of the reverse, making it highly noticeable and extremely rare. But why are die cracks so valuable in the world of coin collecting? You might think it's just a small flaw, but in fact, die cracks are highly sought after for several reasons. Coins are supposed to be perfect. The U.S. Mint strives to create coins that are free of any defects or flaws. So, when something goes wrong during the minting process, like a die crack, it makes the coin unique. Only a handful of coins are struck with a damaged die before it's replaced, which means error coins with visible die cracks are rare. The rarity of these coins is what drives up their value. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a coin that is unique, and a die crack creates a one-of-a-kind piece of history. For many collectors, finding a coin with a prominent die crack is like striking gold. Now, imagine this. A seasoned coin collector stumbles upon a 2002p nickel with a visible die crack extending across Jefferson's face. It's immediately apparent that this is no ordinary nickel. The collector knows that they've found something special, something rare, and it's not long before the coin is sent off to be graded by a professional service. After being graded as one of the finest examples of a die crack error, the 2002p nickel made its way to auction. Experts in the numismatic world eagerly watched as the bidding started. Collectors from around the world participated in a heated bidding war, all eager to get their hands on this rare find. The coin's rarity and significance caused the bidding to soar higher and higher, and in the end, it sold for an incredible $20 million. This sale made headlines across the numismatic world, as it set a new record for the highest price ever paid for a nickel. The buyer, a private collector with a passion for rare errors, took home this incredible piece of American history. But it didn't just set a record for the price of a coin, it also highlighted the growing interest and value in error coins. Now that you know the story of the 2002p die crack nickel, you might be wondering how you can spot one of these rare error coins yourself. Well, let me give you a few tips. Look closely at the front of the coin, especially Jefferson's face. If you see a crack that runs across his cheek or extends into the reverse side of the coin, you might be looking at a die crack error. These cracks can vary in size, so even a small crack can make the coin valuable if it's in the right location. The crack should be visible, but sometimes it's subtle, so make sure to carefully inspect the coin under good lighting. If you find a 2002p nickel or any other coin with a die crack, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's also an investment. The market for rare coins, particularly error coins, has been growing rapidly in recent years. Coins like the 2002p die crack nickel aren't just for collectors. They're seen as valuable assets that can appreciate in value over time. Coins with errors, such as die cracks, double strikes, and off-center strikes, are becoming more and more popular among investors who see them as an alternative form of investment. And while not every coin will fetch millions, it's clear that error coins are some of the hottest commodities in the numismatic world. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 2002p 5-cent coin, a simple nickel that ended up being worth an astounding $20 million. It's a great reminder that sometimes, What seems like an ordinary coin can hold incredible value. Colon. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about rare coins, minting errors, and how to spot valuable finds, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Who knows? Your next big discovery could be in your pocket right now.